Hey everyone, welcome back. We're at season 41, week 1, round 1. And we are up against this. This is a tough week. We have a tough bracket. Our opponent in round 1 is Matithyahu. Apologies if I butchered that. Some of these names really get me. They're from Shadowlands. They've got all the toys too. So this week is recorded slightly different. I had to fit my attacks in at work, so we're going to be playing back the videos that I recorded on my phone and kind of discussing. And as we're going to do something different too. As we go over the defenses so that we don't lose track, I'll be putting the icons up top, and as we go through, we'll X them out and keeping track of it there. Okay, so right at the beginning, there's not a whole lot of hesitation here because I was literally in meetings trying to do this under the in between meetings and on conference calls. So we always start with Ray, always. So this is the first week of 3v3. I always star killer it. I still don't think that there's a comp that's impenetrable from Star Killer. This is using the set 8 Datacron for Obin, for Ufus. So we go in with our Mara J Cron. Seen it a lot. Okay, so I usually start off always with the middle because Ray usually starts off with that lifeblood and puts crit immunity on her. Now I think I did make a mistake right here as I dispel the crit immunity off the others. I think I probably should have waited there, though it may not have mattered much. So when Ray is not inspired, you can actually take her turn meter away with stagger. So I try to get that. What I should have done with Emperor Palpatine there, instead of going after Rey and just basicking, I should have tried to stun Ben, because that locked healing immunity really hurt there. So we got to get the inspired off. Now, Hoda is a really good third in 3v3. It's probably one of the most common comps you'll see. Though, you'll start seeing Cal Kestis, JTR. You'll see a lot of third. Now, we have to wait forever for Ben to come out of damage immunity. And now she's in ultimate. Of course she is. So all I can do is basic here, because everyone's in damage immunity. Everyone's already stunned, so. Now I did have the option, I probably could have dropped the ship and healed Palpatine back up to full, but meh. I thought, Rey's debuffed, oh well. You know, and then he killed Palpatine, so darn. So I debate, if I kill Ben here, he's gone because Palpatine's dead. For Ben to come back, my enemy leader has to take a turn. So we got 62 banners. Let's cross Rey off the list up here. And we have Lord Vader, Reva, and we have Jabba and JMK. Next up, we're going to just straight up go into the Reva battle. I know what I'm going to use here. Everyone knows what we're going to use here. We're going to use Traya. Traya, Nihilus, Savage. And I do have the Savage Cron. I managed to get it, even though my Savage isn't R7. So, why not, right? I figured it has a Sith no revive. if I manage to kill Reva with straight up damage, then she won't come back. Goody. Though I don't think it's going to happen. In 3v3, Reva is definitely not as scary. Definitely not that bad. As long as you have Traya. Isolate Reva. And I think with Isolate anyway, even if I didn't have the Datacron, if you kill someone with Isolate, they don't come back. I think that's the way it works. In the comments, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But so no, we're gonna kill Grand Inquisitor with raw damage there. We didn't have to annihilate him, so we can just go straight after Reva. And it's a quick and easy 56 banners. Let's cross Reva off the list there. Okay. So against the JMK, we're going to, in 5v5, that makes me nervous using C against JMK because there's so much. I know you can win. In 3v3, I feel a little more comfortable, especially with the mods I put on armor. I do use armor and Brute Alpha. Brute Alpha is there just because his summon unit can eat Cat's Leap, and we can resummon him. You can just kill him over and over again. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Armor, I've modded to be fast. Has a pretty good speed set on her. Hopefully I can get 3 stacks and get it over to C. And that'll make me feel a lot better about this situation. Here, with this new set of Datacrons that just came out, other than level 3 ability. Level 3 ability, straight up, the 15% health and protection is the best. Every one of my crons have it. I was just trying to figure out what other stats I want to take in, really. Like what? Of course, I'm going to take a 15% health and proc cron. But what else do I need to bring? Okay, so we're going to begin here. We're going to link Kenobi, General Kenobi, and Cat. Okay, leaps the summon unit. My armor goes. And I got the 3 stacks. Ooh, goody. Come on, you can do it. You just keep hitting that brute. No, no. And I got the 3 stacks over to C. So now we're just waiting to barbecue everybody. And ultimate. Yeah. We're going good. Oh, no! Mommy! And we killed him. Just a little too late. Just a little. I was hoping to save everybody, get good banners here, but, you know, it is what it is. Now it's killing Kenobi. Fortunately, Kenobi dies pretty quickly to Sith Eternal by himself. So now I'm trying to get back whatever banners I can on Brute Alpha. And Geo got the kill. If only episode 2? Is it episode 2? Ended like that. Okay, next up is Lord Vader. I was debating on whether to use bounty hunters here, because I saw Zare's stream, and he ended up using Fennec, Grief, and Embo to beat this same Lord Vader comp. I wasn't that brave yet. So, we end up going in with SLKR. And we take Watt. And I think a tank. Like, just someone to absorb the hits. Now that, I think it's ninth sister is what I end up settling on. Any day now. Oh, I sit there and debate on First Order Stormtrooper. Okay, this is taking forever. I'm going to cut and skip to the battle. We just chose Ninth Sister. I thought I remembered doing that. I just wanted to be sure. And we go. I guess we go straight in battle. Normally it takes me forever. I got to reevaluate my life choices between every choice I make. But yeah, we go in. This battle definitely isn't as scary as it is in, or isn't as iffy as it is in 5v5. So we, of course, go in. Pope, Royal Guard. For some reason, I thought that SLKR gave Ninth Sister a pre-taunt. He doesn't. He's actually got to do his swipe to give advantage, and then the taunt happens. Okay. Just going after Thrawn. SLKR doing SLKR things. And here I was thinking about, okay, do I put health tech up or do I go ahead and cleanse the healing immunity? I went ahead and put the health tech up. Pokey. Poke. This fight takes so long. You kill the ads. You put buff immunity on Lord Vader. You poke him to dispel everything, and then you kill him. That's the gist of this fight here. Okay. Now, it does take a minute to kill him, because buff immunity and dispelling the protection ups, it takes a while. And of course he gets ultimate right in the middle of it, which does away with all our hard work of buff immunity. But now I'm in my ultimate. And swipe, and swipe, and swipe, and swipe. I am very surprised that Ninth Sister is still alive, though. Like, it's either the health steal on my Kron or a combination of that and the health pack, med pack that she has. I'm surprised she lived through it. Really am. So, there we go. Let's cross SLKR off. Why not? Okay, next up is Jabba. Go ahead and hit play here. So I didn't know how this was going to work. Again, new Datacron set, going on in, like, especially with the 15% health and prot that Jabba has here. Relic 8 on Boosh, Relic 8 on everybody. Take JMK. I think I started to do this battle like 4 times today, and I'm like, I'll come back. Because I kept getting nervous. So I do choose one of the new Krun sets of my own. And we go on in. so it begins. Now, I decided to do something different here. Normally, I just go ahead and I leap Chrysanthemum, and I swap to Boosh after the fact, do as much damage as I can till Chrysanthemum taunts again, then I go into Ultimate and then go back to Boosh. This time, I'm like, with how tanky everyone is, I think that'll just slow down the overall goal. So, I still reduce the cooldowns with Cat to have Leap ready, but instead of immediately leaping Chrysanthemum, I save it, and I go into Ultimate at 50% against Jabba because that'll let me target anybody, and I'm going to burn Cat's Leap on Boosh. That way I, kill someone, get her dead, because thermals, if I remember correctly, I think thermals are based on your health, and I have 15% more of it, so I don't want to play with any of that. So now I can go after Chrysanthemum and start stacking 500 armor shreds, because that's what I think it's going to take. Could you imagine Chrysanthemum? Right now, apparently the Datacrons are bugged, so it's not just dark side, it's not just light side. It doesn't matter. You get 45% health and protection for everybody, regardless of light side or dark side, with every cron. So, I don't know if that's true, but that's what Zareth said in his video, so that's what we're going with. Could you imagine Chrysanthemum with 45% more health and protection on top of his this one doesn't have an Omicron, but on top of his Omicron? Oh my goodness. That just sounds painful to me. So I do, well, we're up to 3 armor shreds now, and we finally get Ultimate. Full Ultimate. Real Ultimate, instead of that fake stuff we did earlier. And I'm bound and determined I'm going to eat through him. Someday. Oh, 4 armor shreds, and we finally killed him. Is that the first time? Yep, that was the first time. Okay, so we go back. Fortunately, the armor shreds are still there and 1 assist. Got it. We ramped enough. Now it's auto from here. Jabba doesn't stand a chance. So close. Kill him. Okay, there we go. 56. Cut it up. Okay. Now we can see what's in the back. And okay, in the back. In the back, we have General Grievous, Ad Rad, Tuskens, Sana with Hondo, and Sortie. This is where I finally snuck outside at work into the break area. And I was like, I'm finishing my battles. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so up top, at the top, we have Mauldalorians. We have Darth Revan. We have CLS, Geos, and a Malgus team. So we're going to start with the Malgus. I looked at the comp and I was like, I don't see any reason why gas can't work here. Even with the extra 15% health and protection, I'll just take extra 15 health and protection and they'll offset gas ramps. And enough armor shreds, I'll just eat right through it. So I keep hovering over that Marin Cron because I want to use it so bad. Just in 3v3, I don't know if Marin will be any good. So I don't. Every team, though, I'm like, can Night Sisters do this? And here we go. Okay. And this is going to be, for a long while, this is going to be like hitting a door or a brick wall. Because nothing's going to happen for a while, and then all of a sudden, gas ramps enough damage, and I start making dents. So I'm going to get a drink while I'm waiting. I'm not hitting Sith Empire Trooper too much because I'm planning on Rexalating him as soon as it's available because he's taunting. Burning, going down. I like Malgus. Here soon, everyone is going to have a maxed out Sith Empire squad. Relic 9s everywhere. Which I don't mind. They're a good team. I mean, they're a good faction to have Relic of, right? And because of Leviathan, I ended up taking my Sith Empire Trooper from Relic 3 to Relic 7 at first. And then I was like, oh, well, my guild needs it for platoons in ROT anyway. So let me just take it straight to R8. So now I have an R8 Sith Empire Trooper, R9 Malgus, R9 Darth Revan, and an R9 Malak, because why not, right? And, oh, we missed, I missed the climax where I got to Rexalate. Darn. Calling gas. One more turn till another Rexalate. Marauder, it's going to be your face. Or maybe not, because Doubt just popped up. Normally you kill all the ads before you kill Malgus, right? Like his taunt drops and you kill them all. We don't do that here. We kill Malgus first. 70k credits. At this point, I'd already made my plan. I had a little post-it note that I wrote L's team down, and I figured out what counter I was going to use for what, and I had it on the inside of my palm while I was playing on my phone. So I'm like, Aphra, Geos, go. And for the most part, they worked really well, what I was planning on using. One didn't, though. I'm going to let you decide. Or let you find out which one did not work. So we got a Pogglecron. And we have Aphra doing Aphra things. Increase their cooldowns right from the get-go. Summon the party droid. And apparently just one-shot the Summon Brute. And apparently they're just going to kill the Summon guy right away. Now, I did not expect that burning to kill Poggle, just kill him. For some reason, I thought Maybe it's the Omicron I was thinking of. I thought that the Kron brought the Geos back, where you had to kill them twice. Maybe that's the Omicron in TW. I know the Omicron does reduce the cooldown of Poggle's ability, Warlord's Resolve. But I thought it also just gave them that kill them twice buff. But I mean, I'm not complaining. Kill them once, be done, right? Let's move on. So I got to use the Zareth team. Well, that's what we're going to try to use here. Padme with Moff Gideon. I was going to use R2, because that's what he used all the time. And I'm like, Shock T can recover some banners here. And I still have PTSD from the Chupiocron. So, I tried this team. Funny story. I tried this team last 3v3 and realized, I was like, why isn't it working? Why can't I beat CLS guys? Oh my god. And then I realized I didn't have the Zeta on Gideon. That makes it work. If you don't have the Zeta on Gideon, it does not work. So I was like, oh well, whoops. Let's do that. So that was one of my Zetas I applied during the 5v5 season. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So this is my actual first time trying this team. And apparently I hit the home key on accident. Got to get back to where we were. Oh, and my opponent started attacking now. You see his banners? Oh, that way. See his banners? Now, at this time, my opponent did fail once on my Lord Vader. He two-shot it to the point. And poor little R3 Gideon. He's so cute. Now, I did mod him during the off-season, too. I was bound and determined to make Armorer and Gideon good. Because they're off-meta. I mean, they're used for a lot of off-meta counters. So, he is fast. My Gideon is fast. I don't remember exactly how fast he is off the top of my head, but I want to say it's in like the 340 range. Okay, so the ability that does it is the far right one. I had to read and figure out which ability it was. And I'm like, 20 stacks. Can I just delete someone right now? Let's stop playing. And I do. I delete CLS. And I delete Chupio. Pretty uneventful. Two moves, team's done. I would say that team works very well. This one I was trying to decide what to use. Because scouting him, he had never put this team down. Or at least in his history, his team didn't. All these other teams were in his history from the last time. So I kind of knew what to expect. So this one I'm like, do I use CLS on Chewie? Do I use BAM on Chewie? Can't use Dash on Chewie because Dash is on defense. But I figured BAM on Chewie should work. I had to figure out what Datacron he had. I was like, want to make sure I didn't miss. Because I was thinking about using Imp Troopers on this too. It's like, Imp Troopers could work. CLS could work. Like, or do I need to take a GL again? My last GL. But we go with BAM. So I'm treating this like I treat it in 5v5 and just open up on Maul to kind of tenderize the meat. Then I'm like, oh no, he's got his 5 stacks. But Bam comes in clutch here. Honestly, don't know if CLS would have been able to win this. Try to figure out buffs or try to push back turn meter. Ultimately, I try to push back turn meter. Okay, whistling birds. And I try to delete Maul here. And if I hadn't deleted Maul there, I would have lost this, hands down. Everyone's like on death's door. I take out armor now, finish up Canderous. Like Bam versus Canderous, who's gonna win? Mandalorian versus Mandalorian. And Canderous gets 800 turns. Yeah, he just kept going over and over and over and over. Energizer. Just gonna Wampa the GG. Now this, I did notice he's using, what's he using? He's using a Datacron on his that gives him plus 30% potency whenever one of his characters starts a turn. For every character with less than 4 debuffs, he gains plus 30% turn meter until the end of his turn. So it kind of makes me nervous because I'm like, oh, what if he gets enough potency to actually land target lock? And because the last Datacron set with that unresistible target lock caused it to where you could not Wampa it. So I'm like, okay, what if he lands target lock? I'm going to drop another battle. So we take a risk because I really need Wampa to work here. I got a really strong opponent. He's a really good opponent, and I can't afford to mess around. Now I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Y'all have seen Wampa work 100 times. Let's go ahead and speed it up. Okay, 58. Is that Sana Staros? This is one character that I had high hopes for that disappointed me very much. She's just not good, guys. She's not good. I'm checking the time here because I'm like, I've got a meeting at some point, and I'm at this point I'm huddled in the break area outside in the gazebo trying to get all these attacks done. That's why you'll see me periodically check the clock. Alright, so we're going in with Bad Batch because Bad Batch eats this team. Like, eats it. As long as your Echo is fast enough. If you're going to put Hondo down, put it with Dash. Don't put it with Sana. Unless you just need an extra defensive team, then okay. Because Hondo does make this team better. He does make this team better. And if they don't bring the right... If they don't have Bad Batch available, and they don't have Inquisitors available, then yeah, they may be in trouble. But there's a lot that beats this team that do not share counters with everything else. Bad Batch, everyone wants Bad Batch right now. Everyone does. So I was in a fortunate position to where I could use Bad Batch here. Next up, Tuskens. I love Tuskens. But this team is only good if you have the Omicron on Chieftain. And even then, it still loses to this team. Which is, drum roll, Nute, B1, Django. Now I was like, oh, I have a Django Cron. Now I have been using this Cron with JML, the 50% protection. But now with this new set, with having so many stats available, I don't have to. So I'm like, oh, let's go ahead and use it. It'll add some bulkiness to this team. This is my Tusken counter. This is also my Qui-Gon Jinn counter. So if either of those teams get posted, this team should have a lot easier of a time beating it because of, well, because of the Cron, but also because of how bulky it is. So Django is the only R7 here, and Chieftain can't attack anyway. So I'm taking out Rural Health Clinic, calling about my doctor's appointment. Never mind. Moving on. Taking out Django here because it's the only R7. Okay, now we're down to just Chieftain. And it's only R2. So all he could kill me with is dots. So there's no way to lose. There we go. Back spanners. Okay, so I finally get to try out my Basticron. I rolled one. This is one of the, out of the new set, this is probably my most wanted one out of all of them. I'm like, oh, it's going to make Jedi Knight Revan so good. So I finally get to try it out. So I'm like, after planning, I was going to use this team against a bunch of different teams. But I finally settled on Sortie because of the buff immunity. That's key to beating Sortie, right? You put buff immunity on her, and then she can't get all the protection ups and everything. So, but L3 also, if you kill a droid the first time, equalizes health with the droid. I wasn't messing with any of that, so I'm like, let's just pop L3, get rid of the VIP, stop her equalization. And I mean, they're all tanks, so they're, well, tanky. They're all tanky. So I'm like, it doesn't matter which one I hit. No point in hitting L3 first. Let's go ahead and hit L3. So, that's what we do. And we pop spare parts is gone, because the Datacron that refreshed it is gone. So, yeah. Now Sortie is a very easy team to beat. If you could beat it with the Sorticron, you can definitely beat it without the Sorticron. So yeah, I'm just getting rid of L3 right now. That's enough shenanigans. I just pretty much ignore IG-11. IG-11 is just, he's useless here. Against this team comp. He's not useless. He's good with Sortie. He can cause timeout if you're not careful, especially if you try to use Bad Batch against this team. He can cause timeout. But against this comp, I can just mark whoever I want to, so I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm just trying to maintain my banners to where, because I know IG-11 has an AoE. I don't want him to steal my banners. Almost there. And we're at 57 max banners. And we're back. Apparently I did that whole thing and it didn't record, so I didn't realize it until I was getting ready to upload the video. So let's pick up where the recording stopped, shall we? Okay, so this next team is Ad Rad. Don't put please don't. Not this comp. This comp is begging to be bounty hunted. I don't agree with Arnold. Arnold put in his video, Cassian's so great, blah, blah, blah. This is one of the best Ad Rad defensive teams. It's not. Put a tank if you're going to put Ad Rad down. Put K2, put Scaretravel Pathfinder, put somebody with Ad Rad. Yeah, you're going to see here. We can target whoever we want. We can go straight after. So in order to get the contract, we got to go after the weakest, which in this case is Jin. When I get a turn. Okay. So immediately can go after Jin, cleanse ourselves, get contract. No tank here to stop us at all. Boom, boom, boom. Not real much of a threat of dying here either. Now we have contract. Now we can hit whoever. I shouldn't hit Ad Rad because I'm going to end up zapping him. So I think I start working on Cassian and start working him down. And then just 38 stacks and he's already nuked. He's gone. And yeah, there's nothing Jin can do to bring him back. Boom. I think yep, almost full banners. Got just a few more to get back on Mando, but I don't even mess around with it. I'm like, let's just move on and move to the next. Another 70k credits. Mark it off. Okay, we cleared the back. Now all we have left is cleaning up that Candyman up top and taking out a Darth Revan team. Now I've made it this far and I still have a Galactic Legend left, so we've got to use him. Why stress about Darth Revan when you can just delete him? Efflux. I can't stun. I don't know why I did that ability. That was a mistake on my part. I'm sure the vulnerable is nice, but the stun was a complete waste. Now the counterattack is very nice. Adding that counterattack ability, you can see that it just eats right through Malik. And he can actually counter Darth Revan. He can't assist onto Darth Revan, but he can counter. And that is done. Let's X him out. And now we're cleaning up Candyman. Now, I have so much firepower left, as far as offense firepower goes. that I think I'll end up just using Ad Rad because I want to use Ad Rad. There's nothing required. Anything will clean this up. In fact, I'm going to speed this up. Yep, it was like 3 moves. And he's still going. Look at little banners going up. Now for ships, they were the same as when I scouted him earlier. Oh yeah, I was checking defensive here. He got stuck on my Reva. At this time. And he did put the Screw You fleets down. He Profundity, Executor is down, and Negotiator is down. So this comp is sad. I actually feel more comfortable. Oh, this isn't the comp. This is the usual Profundity. Notice he didn't use the triple attacker lineup that with Xanadu Blood. He actually put Boba Fett in the opening lineup. And I was like, is this a gimmick that I wasn't aware of? Is this a thing? It's not a thing. For very good reason. You'll see. Man, it's late at night right now. The things I do for you all. Again, I just immediately go after the normal lineup. Normally go after IG. And right there. Majority of the fleet's already dead, and Houndstooth isn't even out here yet. Don't put Boba Fett in the opening lineup. It's not a thing. And look, First Life of Razor Crest is down. And now Houndstooth comes out. Too little, too late. Yeah, I go ahead and cleanse so I can get past Houndstooth. But I'm already at ultimate. And they've only called 1 reinforcement in. I almost clicked the button there and calling a reinforcement when I don't need to. I'm like, no, stop! $73. And next up is the comp that I was talking about earlier. So it's sad that I actually feel more comfortable using Tarkin against a Profundity than I do Executor against Profundity. I do it more. Because my Executor is usually on defense, and so I practice with this a lot more to make sure that I can get it to work. And normally I don't bring TIE Fighter in. But at this point I'm like... let's just get the clear, kind of. So they always go after Scythe. But with Gauntlet here, it gives the extra protection up, and it gives the extra defense, so Scythe usually lives. Now they did start hitting the TIE Fighter without being marked, so that was awesome. It's like, yeah, kill him, kill the TIE Fighter. So I did mark him there with the ability, so yeah, that went well, very well. Kill the TIE Fighter. So now we're just biding time until reinforcement comes. Reinforcement comes. There we go. Bomber comes in. And one of their tanks is down. Really, truly, I should have probably used that middle ability here. I don't think I did right here. I think I just basicked. I should have probably used that middle ability to dispel everything. And it would have given me a lot of... Not that it mattered. But... And I probably should have burned right there. Because that AoE ability blocked everybody, so now I have to go through another round of turns with Bomber before I can burn. Yeah, but the big boy TIE Defender gets to come in. So I ended up wasting that ability, and the Millennium Falcon only had one buff, so I only gained like one stack of. Yeah, it was not a good move. I should have done earlier. Now they did get the ultimate, but they only have one ship left, so not too worried here. But it wouldn't have even got this far if I would have just not tried to slow play. If I would have burned when I was supposed to. That would have prevented the assist and slowed down them getting the ultimate. Okay. So we're down to the last fleet. Very last. And of course we're going to try our trusty old Malevolence. Okay. This counter, God, I hate this. I hate fighting Negotiator with Malevolence. Because they always open up. They go nuts. They go crazy. Maybe it's just because of my relic levels on my Separatist or something. But most of these are crewless ships. My Geos are all R7, so it's not them. Maybe I just need to R8 Grievous or something. I don't know. Because this is annoying. I come in with Spy, so call Spy out of habit. He never taunts who you want to taunt. Oh, Playbook was starting his stream at this time. Almost through all the tanks. This part wasn't good. I knew right when that happened. I was like, oh no. Wiped out my entire team. Hyena's going to die the minute he takes a turn. It was bad. That was bad news bear right there. We did get 5s out. Woo. See who they got. They pulled in Rex. I was thinking, if I would have basic here, I might have lived another turn. Stun Anakin. But instead, I used a special. Anakin gets a turn. But then again, I may not have. Okay, so we dropped the battle in ships against Negotiator, and we go in. I think my cleanup fleet I've got is Finalizer. And I think I can put together a Chimera fleet. If I had to. But we do have a full Finalizer. And with 3 ships remaining on this Negotiator, I think we're okay. I don't... Look, if they can win a Negotiator with Anakin, Rex, and Plo Koon can beat a full Finalizer fleet, I just need to quit the game. Now, I say all this, knowing that this still took an absurd amount of time. Rex with crit immunity is just me. And they keep gaining that Valor. Oh my god. Potential spam. I really need to put on Do Not Disturb when I'm doing this on my phone. Especially because I can't control what pops up. Get ads from like Twitter and everything else on me. Woo! We finally killed one. A minute and a half into the fight, we killed 1 ship. Killed 2 ships. Like, I have no idea what Dorito does. I call him with First Order because the Sith fleet ain't out yet. So I call him in all the time, and I don't think I'd do anything with him. All right. So I think I take a look at my defenses shortly after here to see. So my Reva held, my Lord Vader held, and he one-shot everything else in the bottom zone. look, yep, and I look at the top, and he's in the midst of 7 battles on my dash. It's crazy. My Seer Junda held, and my Sortie actually got a hold without the Sortie Cron. That's nuts. So at this time of the day, I was like, oh, I got to get to my next meeting. So I cut it off here, and I run inside, and I come back home, and at the end of the day, and my dash team ended up taking 10 battles to get through. 10 battles. He dropped 1 in my fleets against my Executor, which, if you watch this video, obviously my Executor was on defense. And he never got through my Reva at all. So what you see is what you got. I will post the final results right after this video. But, yeah. That was it for round 1. Ram Bam is actually in my bracket, and I'm hoping, so hoping, next round I get to face him. That'll make for an exciting video. Alright, thank you all for watching. I'll post the final results. Stay tuned, and I will see you all next time.